What you guys, got another video here for you. In this one we're going to be taking a look at free online cloud scanners. Now cloud scanners are for scanning for malware or viruses, and we're going to be taking a look at a few different types that you can use in conjunction with your antivirus programs or anti-malware programs. Now the normal rule of thumb is you install one antivirus program, and that still stands today. You can't install more than one because you'll get conflicts. Now the difference with cloud scanners is you can run them alongside those other antivirus programs or anti-malware programs, which is a great feature to have. The only downfall is you will need an internet connection. Now if you haven't got an internet connection, you can't use cloud scanners, and also if the malware is blocking your internet connection and it can't get a connection out, then you can't use that cloud scanner to scan your system. But other than that, there's still a great feature to have on your system to run alongside those other softwares that you may be using, whether it be free or paid versions of antivirus programs. This is going to be a pretty lengthy video, but we're going to go through some of these cloud scanners. And I've got a folder with loads of viruses on there. Now they won't be running as a process. It's very hard to replicate the same processes that are running for each of the scans, which would make it a bit unfair. So I thought I'd just put the folder on there and let them try to detect it that way. Okay, so before everyone starts posting loads of comments, that's not a true test. Well, we're not really doing the full-blown full tests because it will take me days to actually do it. So let's have a look at the Kaspersky security suite. This is a free piece of software that you can use from Kaspersky. It's a lovely cloud looking scanner here. You've got a lovely GUI interface, and this will run some scans of your system and detect whether they've got any infections on there or any malicious files or vulnerabilities or anything like that on the system. Okay, now some of these scanners do work slightly different to others, and what I mean by that is some of them will only do a quick scan and look for processes and stuff like that. Okay, so bear that in mind. The next offering we've got is from Panda. Panda do two types of cloud scanners. They've got the cloud antivirus, which is free to download and install, and you've also got your Panda cloud cleaner. Now both of these are slightly different. You can see here one's got real-time antivirus and anti-spyware analysis, and the other one is just a quick online cloud scanning tool. And we'll go through this first one here. The next one we've got is Tyrannium, which is a new one that's popped up to me, and I've not used it before, but I'm going to have a little look at it and see how it detects stuff on the cloud, and we can upload it and see how it works. Another one we've got is Bitdefender, another great piece of software from Bitdefender, which is another quick scanner. Works a little bit like Eset online scanner. This is not I don't think this is a full-blown cloud piece of software. I'm not sure on that. I'll have to check. But I think it's more like an online scanner, but we'll give it a blast anyway. And we've also got Eset, which is another online scanner. I don't think this is a cloud-based scanner. It may well be, I'm not too sure, I need to look into it, but I know it really does a really good job. I can't see any words saying cloud on here. Okay, now the cloud scanner, which I know is a cloud scanner, is this Bitdefender 60-second virus scanner, which is their cloud scanning type software, I think, and it will just do a quick 60-second scan of the system. Okay, cloud scanning I can see here, technology, and I know this one doesn't work as well for non-running processes. We've also got Komodo's cloud scanning scanner, which will detect malware, privacy issues that have been changed. It reveals corrupt and unwanted invalid registry entries, and also detects hidden processes. Again, processes is the key there. These will have to be running for them to be detected. We are just using a folder full of malware. Okay, so let's crack on with the first one. We're going to be using Kaspersky for the first one. Now let me just show you the setup, what I've got here. I'm going to put a folder inside the System32 folder called viruses. Inside here we have got a folder. Let me just quickly find it. There it is there. And this has got inside here 353 files. Okay, now these aren't running, these are just a folder full of viruses. It should still detect a lot of these. okay, because they are viruses, but even though they're not running, I would never be able to run all of these on one virtual machine anyway. It'll just probably bomb out, and then that will be the actual virtual machine broken. And also I wouldn't be able to get the exact same amount to run at the same time and be exactly the same as it should be when I'm running scans. So it wouldn't be a true test in that sense anyway. This is going to be a much more easier way for me to do it. It'll take too long the other way. So there's the actual setup, what we've got. Now I'm going to run Kaspersky first and go with that one there. So we'll set this off, and there you can see we've got a nice pretty interface there. And what we're going to do is we've got a quick scan and a full scan. I'm going to be doing the full scan on this system, and hopefully it will detect those folder of viruses on there. Now this will take some time, okay, so I will pause the video at this stage. And that's the Kaspersky scan now finished. As you can see here, we have got malware 364. If you click on this, it opens up a list, and you can see they're all in that folder. You just run through these and you can see these are the ones that is detected. Very good job by Kaspersky. So even though these aren't running processes, they're not installed, i.e. they've not been clicked on to install on the system, they're just sitting there dormant, they still get detected, which I think is very impressive. So that is the actual Kaspersky one here. You've got some other issues as well. You can look at those, it'll tell you what other issues are and gives you a nice little rundown, nice little touch. Okay, and you've also got some other bits and pieces on this program as well. So that's the Kaspersky one. Let's do the Panda Cloud Cleaner. Now again, you can accept the agreement here. You've also got this little tab which analyzes the whole PC or analyzes other elements, and you can see here you can select certain particular types of folders and drives and do a scan that way if you want. And also you've got the advanced part, which is the trusted boot, which will scan for like rootkits and stuff like that, which is also very impressive as well. So we're going to just do a quick accept and scan here and let this run. You can see it will do the system32 folder as well, and we'll let this scan run and see what the results are at the end. And that's now finished. It's just receiving cleaning instructions from the cloud, and that was quite a quick scan by Panda. And there we have our results. We have 27 malware and pups found. So you can see here, clean 279 of 283 elements, and also unknown files and suspicious policies. We've got 1 of 3 there. And if we have a look here, this should tell us exactly what's what. You can see a long list of all the types of infections that it has found on the system, and there is some nasty stuff on there, as you well can see. And these aren't running processes. Again, it's detected these as just being on the computer here. So all in all, a pretty impressive result there. Not quite as good as Kaspersky, but it's still good enough. So let's just close this off. This is not about what's the best. I'm going to exit this out. The next one we want to do is Tyranium. Now again, this is the cloud based version of Tyranium. And this is a very simple user interface. You've got the full scan, zero excess scan here also, and repair malware traces. We can do custom scans here as well. And you can also do the actual full scan if you wish. So we're going to do a full scan here. I won't just do the actual folder itself. I'm just going to do a full scan. Let's have a look at the settings here. I think we'll just put that on high there and run a full scan and see what it finds. Okay, so that's the report now created for that, and as you can see here, it's not found anything. Now that doesn't mean that this is a rubbish program. It just means that it may not have detected anything on its scan, i.e. processes weren't running, so it's just neglected to find that folder. So what we'll do here is we'll give it another scan, and what I'm going to do is just close this off, and I'm going to open it up again. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do a custom scan, and I just want to see if it does detect anything. If it doesn't detect nothing here, then it's not as good. But what we'll do here is we're going to go to the Windows directory and System32. I just want to see if it detects that folder and if it's good, if what its detection rate is like for picking up on those. So let me just quickly find this folder, which is there, and we'll quickly do a scan on that folder itself. Now it may have missed this folder, and again, see, it's already found stuff, and you can see here infected files. It's already starting to find stuff. So it's saying files is 353, which is correct, and it's now ticking through to see if it can find these infections, and you can see it has found 8 so far. So maybe it just couldn't find these, wasn't searching that area. And that's scanned 353 files, which is exactly the amount of files that was in that folder, and it's found 352 out of 353 infections, so it missed 1. That's pretty impressive. So let's close that off. Okay, so let's give Komodo a quick scan. Now I don't think Komodo is going to detect much, because it's going to do exactly what Tyrannium did and miss those folders. It's just going to search for processes and stuff like that, and when you scan this, I'm pretty sure it's going to miss a lot of that stuff. As you can see here, it's found 827 errors, but none of them are malware related, so it's probably completely missed that folder there, as you can see. Now, I'm not sure if there's any way of manually scanning a particular type of you can do a deeper scan. I think there we can see. Let me see if I can see if we can find anything with the deeper scan. Give it another chance. And there you go, it's now starting to find those files on the system as it's scanning through. So we'll let that finish off. And again, what that's searching for is the malware and suspicious files. You can change this to privacy issues, registry errors, and also junk files, but we're scanning for the malware and suspicious files. So that's the actual scan now complete here. Now don't look at the 955 errors. We're looking down here, the scan results: 31 suspicious files, 97 malware files. Now these are all malware related and stuff, but inside here you can see a long list of stuff. Okay, and if you look inside here, you'll get the path. It's inside that virus folder there, which we've got. Now these are all fresh copies of virus and malware related files, and you can see that's detected a fair few. Not as many as some of the others, but it's still quite a few there. Now what I would like to do in some later videos is do some scans with some of these infections on the system running live and see how all these tools fare. And that's going to take a bit of time, so it'll probably be one product at one time for one video, and we'll give them an all fair test, and I'll use the same viruses for each. So that's the actual Komodo cloud scanner. Eset online scanner as well, and I'm going to give that a go. Now this is not a cloud-based scanner, I don't think, but we'll run this and we'll install it. We can close that down here and close that off, and we want to scan archives, advanced scan here, potentially unwanted programs. We're going to do that. Unsafe applications. Okay, what I'm going to try and do here is change the location of this drive, and I want to remove this and try to just scan the actual folder area. Let me just try and find this down the bottom here. I'm not sure where that is. Let me just try and find it. If we have trouble, I can always just scan the whole. There it is there. So I just want to do that folder there with all the remnants inside it. And the reason why I'm doing this is for speed, really. So I'm going to start that and see what that finds. It's going to download the database and then run that scan. So as you can see here, already it's starting to detect infections, and I think Eset will do a pretty good job. We'll just let that run through and test that folder. Now again, these aren't running as processes and stuff like that, and other cloud software may have a better detection rate when stuff is actually running, and hopefully we can do more tests like that a little bit later on, but it should still detect them on the system whether they're running or not. And we'll give this a quick test on this folder and see what it comes up with. And that's the scan nearly complete. As you can see, file scanned 352. It's got 1% left, and it's said that infected files are 348, which isn't too bad. There's a good detection rate there. So we'll let this finish off. So that was the results for Eset online scanner. It had trouble finishing that last one file. So that was the Eset online scanner. You can see there 353 files were scanned and it found 348. Pretty decent from Eset. So let's close that off. Now again, we've also got Hitman Pro, which is another cloud scanner, and we'll give that a quick blast to see how that does. We're going to go next and next again and let this run, okay, and we'll see what this detects. Now it's going to find loads of this crap as well, cookies, and there we have our results. Took 1 minute and 40 seconds, which is pretty impressive from Hitman Pro. And also, as you can see here, 339 items were found. Now obviously some of these were in locations other than the virus folder, like the downloads folder and whatnot, but also it did find a hell of a lot of stuff inside there. There was some other cookies also that it has found, but there's maybe a 10 or 20 or so there. But all the rest were in that folder. Pretty impressive from them. So I think we're going to finish off and wrap this video up. It's been quite a long one. I've used quite a few different types of cloud scanning software. You can make out whichever one you think's best. And it's not an in-depth test. It's just a basic test of scanning a folder with fresh copies of malware in them. And they all done pretty well, to be honest. Bitdefender I think works slightly different. 60 seconds, maybe scanning for stuff that's running on the system and stuff like that. It didn't quite detect that folder because there was no way to point it to that folder, and I think Komodo didn't find nothing, and neither did that Tyranium until we pointed it to that folder, and then it did detect them. But other than that, it's been a pretty good video, I suppose. There's some good software out there for cloud-based scanning, so you can make up your mind and do what you like with that, and use whichever one you think's best. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this one up. I hope you enjoyed it. My name is Brian from briteccomputers.co.uk. If you enjoyed the video, then hit the like button, guys. It really does help me out. And also hit the subscribe button if you want to keep up to date when I upload new videos. If you've got any video requests, then send me a message or leave a comment asking me what video you'd like me to make, and I'll do my best to make those videos for you. Bye for now.